that everybody here can easily understand.
And welcome to the final part 3. This is my birthday pickups. I was 30 last Saturday, the 28th of June, which has just reminded me, actually, I'll quickly say this now, to a good friend of mine, Movie Kate Dave. His birthday was 2 days before mine. Happy birthday, mate. I hope you had a fantastic day. I can't wait to see your pickups, because I guarantee you've got some, and I really look forward to seeing it. I also want to say I apologise now for not getting a chance to put an entry into your competition. I am really sorry, mate. It's been mental. I'm not trying to make excuses, but it's been mental here. I've been working and I've been on holiday and I just haven't had the time. So I do apologise, but I hope you had a great birthday and I can't wait to see the video. So I'll see you soon, or I'll see that soon anyway. Yeah. So here we go. This is the birthday pickups. This is my 30th. I got quite a bit of birthday money, which is nice. I've still got some left. So I'm sure I'll pick some more up in the meantime. But here we go. This is what I got. This is from my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and this is American Hustle. Haven't seen it. Can't wait to see it. Heard some good things, heard some bad things, but it's something I'm definitely willing to give a try. Next up, a film I have seen and I do love, and I want to get the other two, but they're really hard to get hold of, funnily enough. I don't know why, but they are really hard. I don't even think the third one even you can get on Blu-ray, or if you can, it's import. And that is Austin Powers. This is the best. This is the original. The Spy Who Shagged Me is funny, and Goldmember is funny. It has its moments, but this to me was the best one, and it will forever be my favourite Austin Powers film. Next up, another classic from Tim Burton, before we start going a little bit strange with his films. Michael Keaton, Beetlejuice. I missed out on the Steelbook. Wasn't too fussed because it was a bit expensive at the time. I just didn't have the money, so I wasn't too bothered about this. Now, I picked this up on the 5 for 30 with the Austin Powers. There's a lot of these are 5 for 30 or 3 for 20 or a couple from Amazon, so I'm not going to keep listing where I got them from because it take forever. But yeah, Beetlejuice, very funny film. Loved it when I was a kid, still love it now. Doesn't age on me. Just because of Michael Keaton, I think he's fantastic in this, and Michael Keaton to me is a great actor. So, Beetlejuice. Next, I have shown in the previous video, I got the first one, I picked up the next two. The third one isn't as great, but it's still decent, but the second one I think betters the first one, even though I do love Stephen Dorff in the first, and that is Blade 2. Excellent film, great premise, and it just goes that little bit further, and it was always very entertaining to me, so I did enjoy that. And obviously, following that is Blade Trinity. Yes, it was a little bit silly. Yes, there were some parts that were weak. But I do enjoy Ryan Reynolds. I think he's a funny guy, funny actor. And he definitely makes this film a better. Because I think at this point for me, Wesley Snipes was just turning into a bit of a pretentious snob. It wasn't willing to share the screen. And to be honest with you, you've got to learn to share the screen. You know, it's not just all about you. You're on the front cover, mate. Your name's up there, high and mighty, so don't worry about it. And obviously Jessica Biel, we all love Jessica Biel. But anyway, Blade Trinity. Another film is, I've been trying to upgrade my Kevin Smith films. I think there's only 2 more I have to get. One is actually not available in this country, or the View Askew verse of it anyway, and that is Chasing Amy. Beautiful film, not too silly. It was a lovely written film, some lovely moments in it. It's a rom-com for guys. Funnily enough, it's weird. I mean, I remember hearing about it and thinking, what's it about? I mean, and then someone said it's a Kevin Smith romantic comedy, and I was like, Kevin Smith who did like Mallrats and Clerks, really? I was like, yeah, and they said, yeah, check it out, watch it, and I thought, I'll watch it, and I did, and thoroughly enjoyed it, because it is a romantic comedy for guys. It's not for the girls. The girls may find it funny, and they may like some of the parts, but this is definitely for the guys. Check it out. Then following that, obviously, is a film I love. Again, not very into my black and white films, but I enjoyed this, and that's Clerks. I enjoy the sequel as well. Unfortunately, not available on Blu-ray at the moment, unless it is in America and it's region free. If it is, let me know and I'll definitely try and pick it up, because I really enjoy it and I want it in the collection. I keep getting comedies, funnily enough, in this deal. I don't know why. I think that's just because I wanted to upgrade them. But anyway, Dodgeball. Very good film. Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller are fantastic in this. And Ben Stiller playing a different role instead of the normal hero that he plays. He is the jackass, and Vince Vaughn is the decent guy just trying to make his way through or make his living. Even if he can't be asked. But no, very funny film and some great lines. I mean, I love most of the lines in this film, and it's definitely worth a watch. Who would think a film about dodgeball would be good, but it is. It's very good. This one is an all-time favourite, not up there with The Shawshank Redemption, unfortunately, because I do love The Shawshank Redemption, but it's pretty close, and that is The Green Mile. Tom Hanks film again. Tom Hanks is a fantastic actor, as are the rest of the cast in this, and it is a brilliantly directed film. Frank Darabont knows how to adapt Stephen King novels. I think if you're going to adapt this Stephen King novel, these are the ways to do it. Get Frank Darabont on board because he seems to everything he touches with these, he does a great job of it. If you haven't seen The Mist, watch it. Fantastic. I really enjoyed that as well. Next up, I think I was going through a little bit of a Hannibal phase. The TV series is fantastic. It's really a good TV series, and I love what they're doing with it. And obviously explaining how, some of this past before Red Dragon. That being said, I obviously then thought, well, I want them on Blu-ray, so I picked up the Hannibal Lecter trilogy. Red Dragon is decent enough. It's a good film, but it's no Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs will be forever the best one of the three. Hannibal is good. It's gory. I think if they'd followed the book a bit more, it would have been too far, unfortunately, because I heard some of the stuff they were doing in the book, and yes, it would have been great to see it on film, but unfortunately, we have a lot of problems with editing and cutting footage in this country, so I don't think it would have got very far. So I think they did the best with what they could do. Yes, that's the Hannibal Lecter trilogy. Glad to have that there. Another Adam Sandler film, again, one of my favourite ones, again, just because I like what he's doing with the sport, making it funny. I mean, I like playing it, but it's this. If it was like this, God help us, it would just be insane and probably quite funny. But Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler again in this, playing stupid characters he always does, but it's endearing because not many people knew him at the time, and they just thought it was a funny get film, and it was worth watching. And again, he does a lot of good films, but unfortunately they're just getting a little bit less and less every time. Up next is a film I've been waiting to see. I missed it at the cinema. I wish I had seen it, but I am looking forward to seeing it because it does star Jason Statham and James Franco. I'm not the biggest Jason Statham fan, but I can appreciate what he does. He's very good in the action role. And James Franco, I actually want to see play a bad guy, so I was looking forward to watching this. I know he played the Goblin in Spider-Man 3, but it wasn't really a bad guy. He came the hero again in the end, didn't he? But yeah, that's Homefront. Again, I've heard mixed things about this, but I'm willing to give it a try. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I saw it, the trailer at the cinema, and I thought, I want to see this, so glad I did pick it up. Next up is a Steven Spielberg classic. Again, this got slated. I don't know why, but at my age, I loved it, and that is Hook. It came with a slipcover, which is a bit cheap, to be honest. I actually prefer the actual normal cover inside. But anyway, this is a good film. Again, Dustin Hoffman hams it up as Hook, and obviously Robin Williams as Peter Pan. Just it was different. I wasn't expecting it, and it was an entertaining film for it. Next up is a personal favourite of mine. I went to see this at the cinema with my auntie. I think it was when I was like 8, 9. I just loved it. Yeah, the special effects probably are a bit dated now, but to me, I still love this film, and I can't wait to watch it on Blu-ray. And that is Jumanji. I just love it. I think it's a great film, and Robin Williams. This is at his height when he was doing film after film. It was just as entertaining as the last. The ideas were stupid, but they were it was still entertaining, and you could still sit there, watch it, and just think, where's the time gone? It is a good film. Next up, I have got the Steelbook, which I showed earlier, and I have got the 3D version, which I also mentioned about earlier. I just wanted to complete on Blu-ray. They're not the best films, but they're still decent enough. You don't get many of them. That's Lost World Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 3. Sorry about the glare. Yeah, it's Jurassic Park 2 and 3. I wanted to get them on Blu-ray because I just like them. You don't get many monster films anymore, and to be fair, these are a lot better than some of the ones you're getting at the moment, which are the B ones, which are Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus and crap like that. And that's the biggest one? Oh, Sharknado, absolute trash. Don't watch it. Absolute rubbish. Not worth it. Yes, it's cheesy, and if you want to watch it just to see the cheese, then do it. But it's not worth it. I wasted an hour and a half of my life watching that film. Wish I hadn't. When I could just watch these, and these are much better. Better graphics, better special effects, and at least decent directors. So yeah, the Jurassic Park 2 and 3 to go with the rest of my collection. I love the George A. Romero zombie films. I'm trying to pick up Dawn of the Dead, but you can't. It's ridiculous money. I think £100 I saw it for on Amazon the other day, which is ridiculously expensive. That's just for an hour because it is completely out of print for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm trying to pick it up. If anyone knows where you can get one at a decent price, please let me know because I want to get it. As do I want to get Day of the Dead, but I can get that for cheap. But I do like this one, Land of the Dead. Yes, this was a big budget studio film compared to the low budget ones, but I still enjoyed it. The cast are great in it. You got The Mentalist, Sam Baker, Dennis Hopper, Isaiah Ontario, Robert Joy, John Leguizamo. You got a great cast in it, and it's a good idea. I think it's pretty much similar. You know, Walking Dead does the same kind of thing, but much better. But this was the same premise in a way for me. But it was a great film, and well, not a great film, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Big studio film from George A. Romero for his zombie films, which I've been dying to see because he needed that budget, and he got it in this, and it was good. This one is very nostalgic for me. This is a Kevin Smith film. I was reminiscing the other day. I bought it because it was when me and my mates used to sit around and do nothing and just chill out and watch stupid films. Yes, this is very stupid, but I still love it for what it is, and that is Mallrats. It is no, Godfather. It is not a classic film, but it is a very funny film and definitely worth the 3 for 5 or 3 for 20 or 5 for 30 because it's cheap and it is a good film and it is funny. It's worth a watch. Give it a watch. Don't if you like comedy like that and if you're into the Kevin Smith films anyway, why don't you have it? But anyway, I don't know. Another film I've been dying to pick up just because I love Robin Williams in it, and it's a film I've loved since I was a kid, and that is Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm not going to try and do the impression because it sounds awful, but yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire is a film I just thoroughly enjoy, and it's again a fantastic cast, and again the idea was brilliant. It was stupid but brilliant, and I loved it for all the right reasons. It was heartwarming, it was funny, it didn't bore you in the cinema, which it could have, especially being the subject it was about. I could have been real like, what the hell is this about? But I really enjoyed this, and it's definitely worth having in the collection. Another one, another comedy, it's another one starring Vince Vaughn and Will Ferrell, and that is Old School. I remember watching this around my mates, a bit drunk, and we were like, what's this going to be about? Thinking, what? And it was a stupid idea about some guys buying a house, and they turn it into a frat because they're on a campus for a university. It is stupid, but it is so funny, and it is stuff I could see my friends and I still doing, unfortunately, because we haven't grown up, even though we're in our 30s now, boys, but still, it is a good film. This one is my favourite of a lot. I reviewed the second sequel back in September or something like that. Really wasn't impressed with the sequel. It was too much like this one. I wanted to be a bit more like that because Chronicles went off a bit, but it was just too similar, and that is Pitch Black. Vin Diesel in this, fantastic character. At the time, he was doing some great characters, and he really he hit the nail on the head with this. Is why everyone loved his character. That's why I got the sequel. It was just a shame the sequel was a bit poor for me. I just didn't enjoy the sequel, and the third one was okay. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, I've got the new remake of RoboCop, which I said is no patch on the original, but for its own film, it is fantastic. But I had to pick up the remastered edition of the original. I'm not too fussed about getting 2 and 3, so the trilogy box set, because 3 is awful compared to 1, and 2 is I like 2, but I'm not fussed unless they release it separately. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to bother about 3 because it doesn't have any, apart from Nancy Allen, I think it is. None of the main cast are in it, and it's poor compared to RoboCop and even RoboCop 2. I think the remake is much better than 2 and 3, but that's my opinion. But yeah, RoboCop, great film. Next up is, funnily enough, 2 films from a trilogy, but you can't get the second one, which it annoys me when they do that. They release release one, release the other, the sequel, and you think, well, why can't you release the one in the middle? But that's just the way this country works. That is Rush Hour, very funny film, and Rush Hour 3. I've only watched this once, so I can't remember much about this, but I'm going to have to check it out again. This one I love. This one I enjoyed from what I remember, and Rush Hour 2 I really enjoyed as well. So I'd like to see that on Blu-ray, but for the meantime, I ain't going to get it, so it's not going to happen. Next up, another Steven Spielberg film, an absolute classic I have not seen. I am ashamed to say. I'm looking forward to watching it. Again, it's a black and white film. I am looking forward to checking it out. I don't know when I'm going to check it out, but I will be checking it out, and that is Schindler's List. Excellent condition, and it's brand new in HMV. I didn't know it comes with booklets and all this, so it's nice to get that in a Blu-ray every once in a while. But yeah, Schindler's List, great film from what I've heard. I look forward to checking this out. I love Spielberg. There's only a few films I wouldn't really watch, but this is definitely one I will definitely give a try. Another classic from the 80s when I was a kid and I was in just in awe of his films because I loved them so much, and that is Teen Wolf. Stupid premise, but very good film. Done very well, you know, for what it was, a comedy about a werewolf. And you don't normally you don't see that kind of stuff. So, this, I mean, then I know they've done a TV series called Teen Wolf, which is very broody and moody. It's like, oh, do you know what? Give me this anytime. Michael J. Fox doing stupid stuff in a film like that. I'm looking forward to watching it. I can't wait to see it on Blu-ray. I haven't seen it on Blu-ray, so looking forward to seeing it. Next up is one I could not pass up. I've wanted the trilogy box set, but I'm not too fussed about the third film again because it wasn't as good. The second one was, but if they release it on Steelbook, I'll definitely pick it up. And that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was my program when I was a kid. I loved the Mutant Turtles. Sorry, Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was a kid, and I absolutely wanted a steelbook for this release. I was never sure it was going to happen. I thought there might be a possibility because they're doing a new one, which looks okay, interesting. I'll give it a watch, but it better not ruin my childhood because this film and the TV series were what I loved when I was a kid the most, along with Ghostbusters. So don't ruin it. Make sure you stay original, but also, you know, pay homage to the material. But this is a great film and very well done for the fact that it was an independent film. So great to have it in the collection, and a nice steelbook. I well like the writing on the front instead of on the back, but there's only so much you can really do. Next up, this one surprised me because I know a couple of people have been slating it, a couple have been saying it's brilliant or very good. Not brilliant, that's putting words into people's mouths. But I was and ahhing and it sold out, and I thought, well, to be honest with you, it doesn't come with 3D, so I wasn't too fussed. I wanted the 3D version because I want the 3D for my telly. You know, I don't have to watch it in 3D if I don't want to, but I still have that option if I do. And I thought, well, it's not coming with the 3D, so I'm not too fussed. And then it came back in stock. Still not saying if it was 3D or not. So I thought, oh, do you know what? I've got a voucher, let's just use it. And that is Texas Chainsaw. A couple of people have said this is actually quite good. I've heard parts of what happens in it, so I'm interested to see where it goes. I know it takes place right after, or pretty much after, the 30 original. So I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm looking forward to seeing it in 3D. I mean, whether it's any good will be another point, but I was happy when I opened it because I didn't know it was 3D. I obviously opened it and opened the case and saw that it was the 3D disc. I thought, well, at least they're doing it. They could have put it on the website, but they didn't. So glad to have it in the collection. And it's a nice steelbook. In the end of the day, I mean, not great, but it's nice. Next up, I've talked about the 3 other films that I've picked up. This was the last one I had to pick up, even though it's the first, and I should have picked it up before. But I went into CEX to get it, and it was £12, and I thought, well, you can get it cheaper brand new. So why are you charging £12 for something that's second hand when you get it brand new? And that is The Terminator. Again, great film, much better than 2, much better than 2. God, I better not say that. Much better than 3 and 4, but I still think it's beaten by Judgment Day. Excellent film, and I am looking forward to the 5th. This one's another guilty pleasure of mine. Again, I saw it when I was a kid, went on the ride when I went to Universal Studios, even though it was just standing there and getting very windy. Wasn't much. It wasn't really a ride. I think they've got rid of it now because it makes sense, because what's the point now about that? And that is Twister. B movie for me. B movie, but a good cast. You know, you got Bill Paxton, you got Helen Hunt. They were unknown at the time of this, and I enjoyed it for that because I was like, who are the actors in this? And you've got you've got Philip Seymour Hoffman in it, and you've got Carrie Ewells in it, and all that. And you just think, what a cast I have in this film. They're all very unknown, but they're all a cast you can depend on, pretty much. And Twister is a good action film. It's not great, but it's a nice idea, and I do enjoy it. I'm looking forward to seeing it back, but I can't watch it with the wife because she just keeps repeating lines from it, and I guarantee you most of you know what the line is. But anyway, Twister. Now this one I've been trying to get on for ages. I love this film, and it is one of my favourite John Candy films, along with Planes, Trains and Automobiles, but that is Uncle Buck. I think I've talked about this before, maybe briefly, I don't know, but I absolutely adore this film. John Candy in this is a legend. You know, you've got a young cast. You got Macaulay Culkin before he went nuts, and obviously before he was cast in Home Alone and all that. But this is just a brilliant film, and there's some cracking lines in it, and it's a great comedy. And if you haven't seen this, it's a very well written comedy, and it's definitely worth having in the collection because it is just a funny film. It doesn't disappoint. Right, we're down to the last two. The last two, guys. As I said earlier, I'm trying to complete my Pixar collection. I've got most of them apart from maybe 2 or 3, and this one is Wall-E. I mean, this is not my favourite by a long shot. It's not as good as obviously Toy Story or Toy Story 3 or Monsters University or Monsters Inc. or whatever, or Finding Nemo. But it's still enjoyable. I think it's just, for me, it was too much. There wasn't a lot there wasn't a lot of talking. They did well for what they had. The fact there wasn't a lot of talking, they still managed to do a very impressive film with it. But it just wasn't my kind of film compared to the others. But I still enjoy it. But I wanted to complete it, and it's in my collection. The final film, another comedy for me that I absolutely love. Again, at the time when I was when I saw it, it was just before I got married, so I could really relate to it a little bit. Sort of. I didn't crash weddings, but yeah, it's Wedding Crashers. Excellently, excellent film. Very, very funny, and it is. I was glad to pick this up because I do find it very funny, and I wanted it in my collection as a Blu-ray. Interested to see how it looks on Blu-ray, but yeah, I was happy to get this. It was cheap, so who knows. Right, guys, that is it. I know it's been a very long update. If you've stayed and watched all the parts, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say a big thank you because it's been just over a year. I wanted to do a year video, and I think I've done a year video celebration kind of thing. It's been a year since I've been on YouTube, and I'm really happy with the responses I've got. People have been so helpful and so nice. They're really trying to help me improve my material as well. And obviously, a big thank you to all of you. You all know who you are. I speak to a lot of you on Facebook. So thank you so much for your support and sticking with my channel and promoting my channel, because I know some of you have done that as well. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this massive stack. I mean, I don't think I'll ever have a stack like that again. This was just one big celebration. I thought, might as well, it's my birthday. It's a year since it's been on YouTube. Just keep it all together, do a big video, and obviously split it into 3 parts, because otherwise it would just be so long. I didn't want to bore you guys, so at least you can come in and out of it. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you for my next video. I've already got a couple more Blu-rays coming that are for my birthday money, so I will do another update video with that. And obviously there'll be more movie reviews in the meantime at some point if I can do them, but at the moment I'm working again. But we shall see. Thank you again, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Please do comment in the box below. Let me know what you think of of that mound of Blu-rays. That it was ridiculous when I put it down here. I was shocked at how many I'd actually got. So I can only imagine what it looks like when you're viewing it. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. Take it easy and stay safe.